Hi Sickles friends, today I am going to do a little mini 2020 recap and then also talk about all of my reselling goals for 2021. So if you're interested in knowing what sold for a full year for a part-time reseller on both Poshmark and eBay and what my goals are for 2021, then you will definitely want to keep on watching. Hi Sickles family, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Heather and I am a part-time reseller on both Poshmark and eBay, and I like to use this YouTube channel to document my journey. So if you're interested in how to resell on either of those platforms, reselling content in general, thrift flips, thrift hauls, and even a few unboxings, then you will definitely want to go ahead, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to ring that bell so that you're notified every time I upload a new video, which for 2021 is Tuesdays and Fridays. So as I said in the intro, I wanted to do just a quick little recap of 2020. 2020 was my first full year as a part-time reseller. I believe officially started my business in August of 2019, but that was very beginner, just beginning to dabble in Poshmark, and I think I didn't even dip my toe into eBay until mid-November or December. So 2020 was technically my first full year as a part-time reseller, and I'm kind of excited about where my numbers ended up. Overall, I grossed $12,113.90. Now, of course, that is gross, and gross is not a fair, accurate number to look at, as it does not include all your cost of goods, your shipping fees, any supplies, any of that kind of stuff. So once you take out all the fees, once you take out all the cost of goods, once you even take out the supplies and the different things I had to purchase, such as poly bags and all that jazz, then I get much closer to about $6,500. So not a huge number by any means, especially if you're a big fan of watching YouTube videos, you will know that that number is not huge. But again, that is $6,500 that did not exist in my life before 2020. So I'm pretty stoked with that. And to know how much effort and time I've put into this business to acquire that amount of money is pretty exciting to me, and it really gets me thinking about goals for 2021 and how I can expand upon that dollar amount. But before we get into those details, let me tell you a few more numbers about where things ended up for 2020. Also, I think it's very interesting to know that by platform, and especially if you've been watching my recaps for the last couple of months of November and December, you'll realize that this is starting to change. But it did end up for 21 that about 65% of my business was done on eBay and 34% on Poshmark. So pretty darn excited that I took the plunge, whether I had any knowledge about it, anything at all, and just bit the bullet, lost some money, but learned along the way and actually jumped headfirst into eBay, because it definitely would not have seen these numbers had I not gone ahead and done that. I thought it might be fun to give you the best, highest performing, brought me in the most money items on both platforms. So I'm going to start out at the lowest of those good prices and move up to the highest. These are pretty exciting because I'm excited if I net more than $20, so that this is double what my goal is. I'm on the lookout for this kind of stuff in the future. This deck mode farmhouse iron wood LED sconce, this also came in a bulk box, and this was the reasoning I selected that bulk box, and it ended up netting me $47.50. This Calvin Klein animal print suit was such a great find. I do believe that I got this in the Goodwill bins. Calvin Klein has been moving for me, but I also think what really made this move was that it was an animal print as well. This ended up netting me $54.06, and that is Goodwill bins pricing that I paid for that. Whoa. This Mansur Grave black slip-on block shoes, very, very 90s inspired, came in a thread up shoebox, and these ended up netting me $55.11. This, I cannot even believe that it sold, and especially given it sold in September of this year, but it is a Cassandra Stone sequin full-length gown, and it ended up netting me $67.83. It came in a thread up clothing box, so my cost of goods were about $250. And to be honest with you, with everything going on with COVID, I did not think anybody would be spending any money on this kind of stuff this year, but they certainly did. And then if you just watched my what sold video for November and December, I raved about this brand. It is one of my highest returning items of the year of 2020, and it is this Cynthia Ashby cranberry bubble skirt dress, and it netted me $93.67. Oh my God, I can't even believe it. That's where 2020 ended for me. A decent return, really making me realize that this can be a significant part-time business. It could also have the potential to be a full-time business. And I'm learning more and more of that as I learn more and more about YouTube and begin to follow more resellers. It is really amazing what you can accomplish in this venue. So I have some fairly lofty goals for 2021 and a few stretch goals. So let's get right into it. So I broke these out in sections. There's 4 main things that I want to work on for 2021, and that is an expansion of Poshmark and eBay, which is what I've already been doing, expanding into a few new platforms, focusing on YouTube and really trying to hit that monetization goal, and then also come up with a strategy or game plan for social media. So let's break all 4 of these down a little bit. Starting with eBay and Poshmark. So I have set a goal, which again, if you watch any of my reselling videos, I've started to try to push on at the end of 2020, but I really want to increase the number of units that I have on Poshmark and eBay. I know a lot of people talk about what's the magic number, and I don't know if there truly is a magic number, but I do know enough about reselling online that it is a numbers game to a certain degree. And if you put some more inventory out there, then you should see an increase in sales up at least to a certain point. I'm sure there's a cap on that, and I'm sure I'm nowhere close to it, given that as of today, I only have 385 items on those platforms. And I lean towards eBay with saying that because I have items listed on eBay that I never even list on platform. Every single item I list goes on eBay. So my goal is to hit 500 items, and not just hit it, but consistently keep a minimum of 500 items in my eBay shop at all times. I'd like to create a stretch goal of 750. Now, of course, that's just about doubling my inventory, so I have to be conscious about sourcing more. I also need to be maybe learning some new avenues to source. I do not do estate sales, I do not do auctions, and I do not do yard sales, which I know for a lot of people, you're able to source at a really good price and see a nice return on the investment. So those may be some avenues to go in to help with my sourcing. I also mentioned in my holiday video that I would like to source more of the neighboring areas and go out of my local area to do some sourcing. I also will need to be very cognizant about office organization. If you haven't already seen my previous office organization, I live in a teeny tiny house, and I have a teeny tiny little office, and currently I'm storing almost those 400 things. So if I'm expecting to get up to 750 and almost doubling that, then I am going to have to be very cognizant about having the space to do that, and so that's something else I'm going to need to consider. When it comes to eBay and Poshmark, as I said in a recent packaging video and shipping video, I do not use thank you cards. I do not like to write them out, and I do not want to put the effort into that. But I have noticed a lot more people are doing the thank you business cards. And so I've already looked on Etsy, and I'm gonna find somebody to design one of those for me so that I can have a thank you business card. I can just toss it in. Instead of having to stop and think about something to write and being all cognizant about my handwriting and not liking it and all those other anxiety-ridden things that come with it, I could just take the business card, throw it in, maybe offer a discount on eBay or on another platform, offer my social media links, and maybe a request to review. So I think something like that could help not only with my social media, not only with getting reviews, but also hopefully with some repeat buyers. I really want to spend some time deep diving into eBay analytics, learning how people are coming into my eBay store, seeing if that movement is consistent, and also deep diving into eBay promotions. I really just went headfirst into eBay without having a lot of knowledge about it. I'm learning most of my things along the way. I have shipping somewhat figured out, although the more I watch Harry Tornado, I realize I am truly a shipping novice because the things I am learning from him when it comes to shipping are amazing. So I hope to implement some of that knowledge in the upcoming year, but also to learn more about promotions. Do I need to promote at the ad rate? Do I have the money to afford to do that? And then, like I said, really being concerned about how customers are getting to my shop. I'm feeling a lot of inconsistency on eBay during the winter months. So I really like to learn more about it to understand that I have a better handle on that, because right now I feel like I'm just listing my items and things are happening, but I don't really know why they're happening. So that's basically the plan for Poshmark and eBay. So number 2 was expanding to other platforms. Well, I already started this in December because I did open up an Etsy store, and I am in the process of listing and cross-listing all of my vintage items on Etsy. Now, I am currently an Etsy seller with my full-time business, so I do have oh my goodness, it's probably 10 to 15 years of knowledge on that platform. But it is for hard goods, and it is from an artisan perspective. So I am going to focus more on it from a vintage perspective. So I need to relearn a few things or refresh my knowledge on a few things, such as tags, titles, SEO, all that kind of jazz. I know things change around all the time. I am an established business with my day job, so sometimes those changes aren't as grandiose of an effect as it would be on a new business. So I want to update my knowledge on that. I also need to go in and complete my shop details. I do not believe I have a return policy. I do not believe I've really told anybody who I am, and all those kind of things that just give somebody peace of mind to be the first person to make a sale on it, because I have not had a sale on it yet. I'd like to go ahead and go in there and buy some advertising, because I know from my day job that that really makes a big difference. I already have free shipping in there, which is calculated into my cost of goods. I know that would make a big difference. And I also have already priced everything over on Etsy at my high pricing, my list on pricing plus shipping of what it would be comparable to eBay. And I did that on purpose with the goal of having some wiggle room to run some sales. So I would like to get to the point where I'm up to date on cross-listing everything. And then once I'm up to date, making sure that storefront is all up to date, making sure my tags, titles, and SEO is where it needs to be. And then I'll reach into doing some advertising, some promotions, and running a sale. So that one I've started as of December, but I would really like to get that aspect of it finished up. I think that will be a good platform for me since I am seeing a nice return on investment of vintage. I have a passion for it. I enjoy thrifting it, and I think it would just be a great way to go after that market in general. Give it a little bit more oomph than what I get on Poshmark and eBay. Now, a stretch goal in this selling on a new platform. I've tried some of the other reselling platforms. I've tried Mercari, and I've dabbled in Facebook Marketplace. I haven't had a huge success with Facebook Marketplace and promoting items. I do have a great success for it when I'm flipping furniture and those kind of things. So I'm not sure if that's one that I should look at again, and I'm not really sure about any of the other reselling platforms. So instead of focusing on reselling platforms, I thought maybe I should focus on learning more about creating my own platform through a Shopify store. So I like this idea for multiple reasons. I can provide the customer with better pricing. I can focus on the best of my best current product assortment. I don't think I need to cross list maybe everything, but the best of it, make it be a little bit more of a curated experience. I could take advantage of a blogging component to help pull customers in. But of course, you have to drive all your customers to your website, which is the biggest learning curve, which is the reason why most people don't do this. But I am confident to be able to learn how to do that, or I'm at least motivated to. I'd also be very interested in launching different curated collections, maybe certain things that, maybe in certain colorways, maybe in certain themes, like all of a sudden lately I'm really into velour and velvet, so a collection like that. Sometimes I'm really into beadwork, or maybe I'm just really into 90s vintage, just to make some curated collections, pull all those items and showcase them all at one time. I think that would be fun. I've also looked into some wholesaling capabilities and thought about maybe doing like a curated handmade wholesale. The concept of that is kind of like when you go out thrifting. There's so many higher-end thrift stores or consignment shops, and they usually consign used clothes and then also have this whole handmade shop. And I like to do the similar aspect and do it but an online version of it. And there's a lot of people, and I already have a lot of knowledge of this from, again, my day job, but I have a great passion for handmade items. I have a great passion for supporting artisans, and I thought it would be neat to maybe have a handmade section on that website that I may not necessarily be able to promote on some of the other online selling platforms. So that would be another reason to go after a Shopify store. Again, this is a huge stretch goal. I would like to accomplish some of the other things before I get to this, but I would like to spend, while I am focusing on those other things, I would like to spend more time learning and researching this capability, because I think that would be the best venue in the long run. Plus, when you're on your own platform, once you've learned how to drive customers there, it's yours. You don't have to ever worry about it ending. You don't have to worry about you got some negative feedback and somebody kicked you off it. You don't have to worry about the company decides it's going to go in a different direction and now your business is no longer viable on that. All of those things you don't have to worry about. So that brings me a bit more peace of mind and makes me think about reselling in the long term would be the best avenue. Number 3 goal, YouTube. Can I get monetized? I will not be the first person who made this video for 2021, and I have been following so many of you other resellers who have been either on your journey or have now accomplished your journey of monetizing on YouTube, and I am right there with you, and I want to accomplish it. As of today, I am at 37% of my subscriber goal and 42% of my watch goal, and I love and appreciate each and every one of you subscribers and all of you guys who are watching, because that, for just dabbling and playing around in YouTube, is amazing to me. And if I had not looked at that, I don't think I would even begin to think whether monetization on YouTube would even be a viable source for me. And I'm really shocked to see that the watch goal I've hit is higher than the subscriber goal, because again, I would think people might be more apt to subscribe but not actually sit through and watch some of the videos, and to see that you guys are spending at least 10 minutes on a video is, 1, mind-blowing, 2, makes me think more about what I'm saying. And 3 is just amazing to me that I think that you're appreciating the content that I have, which again makes me think that this could be a viable option for me. So in order to attempt to get closer to that goal, I am already starting to list 2 times a week. So I'm going to list on Tuesdays and Fridays. That is something I tried to dabble in last year, but my computer rejected that notion. But I do have another computer, it is on the way, and so I am set up for that. I am also doing a whole office refresh to go with my new computer and my gifted to me, as I affectionately refer to it, big ass monitor, and the whole new setup that I'm gonna do, which I will absolutely do a video on and share with you. So this is a viable option now that I have the appropriate equipment to accomplish it. Also, I think I would need to work on diversifying my content. So I do reselling content. I like to tell you my what sold every month. I like to give you tips and tricks on the different platforms that I sell on. I do office organization videos. I do thrift hauls, not as many as I probably should, and definitely not as many as I'm thrifting. I do a lot of unboxings, and all that stuff I would like to continue doing. But also, I think it might be fun to add some more thrift flip videos. I talk about it all the time, but I've only done a few. And I think that that might be interesting for people, not only if you're thrifting, but if you want to thrift and flip some stuff and resell it, or if you just want to thrift and flip it for you to have. I think that some people might enjoy that content. I also thought, with me going so much more into vintage, maybe it would be worthwhile to give you some of my knowledge that I have on how I identify vintage, how I research vintage, and how I learn more about it. I thought it would be fun to maybe do, and when I say fun, I also mean horrifyingly anxiety-ridden, what the hell am I thinking? But maybe once I accomplish it, I'll be happy with it. To do a month of vlog. I know tons of resellers have done that. That is the way that I have fallen for so many resellers. I'll watch their videos but never hit that subscribe button, but once I'm with them for a month doing a vlog, I just really feel like I get to know them more, and maybe that would be a fun thing to do, although, like I said, excruciating to think of. And then I'm really looking at you guys to see if there's anything that you're specifically looking for, that you would like me to share. Leave me a comment below. You guys are the ones who are helping to create this channel with your likes, subscribes, your awesome comments, and by watching these videos. So if there is something specific that you want to see, please do not hesitate to ask. Anything you ask, I will definitely consider, and I am happy to respond to all of your input. So please do let me know something in the comments below. And then the last of the 4 2021 goals is a game for social media. I am not including YouTube in that because I did it as a separate goal, but I have such a problem with social media. So I have a Facebook and an Instagram. I hit Instagram pretty hard at the beginning of 2020, and it slowly tapered off. The more I got into reselling, the less I got into talking about it. I also find that social media is a huge time suck for me. As soon as I'm on it, I'm looking at everybody's stuff, I'm doing everything, and I'm not focusing on what would be the best thing to do for sequels at that moment. It also becomes a very competitive thing for me, even though it shouldn't be. That is just my nature. So if I'm not where I think I am when watching where other people are, that becomes a mental mind game for me that I have to navigate. And so I'm really not sure where to go with social media in 2021. I'm thinking, one, do I even need Facebook? Because I never go on it. I hate posting on it. I don't really like to use it much myself. I think I really have it to be in touch with family members who only use Facebook. So I would love to hear from you other resellers. Do you have a Facebook account? Do you think it's even necessary? Because I'd love to just say, and get rid of that. And then next would be to come up with a game plan for Instagram. I think Instagram is a great way to connect with other resellers, just like YouTube, but I also think it's a great way to find some customers, market yourself, and all those other wonderful things. And I think maybe using a scheduling strategy like Hootsuite can help me out. I am very much a batch person. So if I'm in the mood to photograph, then I'm going to photograph every last thing that I have to sell in this room, and I'm going to do it all in one day and all at one time. When it is time to clean things, I'm going to take every single thrifted item I have that's not clean it all at once. The same thing with the creative aspects of things. When I'm in the mood to create on social media, I'm making all sorts of ideas. I want to do this, I want to do this, and I'm in that creative mood at that moment, then I think it's worthwhile to create that content. I even create almost all of my YouTube videos I move to a lot of them in the same day. When I'm in that mode, I love to just be fully in that mode all at one time. And I think maybe using something like Hootsuite will help me. The other thing is, the hardest part about Instagram is, again, socializing. I love to socialize with people on Instagram. I love to see what other people are doing. It's so motivating to see other people achieving their goals. However, I cannot let it be a time suck for me, and I cannot deep dive too much into it or it starts to be a comparison aspect. So I'm thinking that I should schedule a time once a week to just spend whatever I deem the appropriate amount of time, an hour or whatever, on Instagram, liking a bunch of things, chatting with other folks, and just blocking out a time, and when the timer goes off, it's done. And I do it the same time every week, and maybe that can help me get the great aspects from that platform without getting the negative aspects. Of course, if you have any ideas or you've run into this problem and you found simple solutions that work for you, please let me know in the comment section below. I'd imagine that I'm not the only one who has this issue, and any input could help all of us out. So I know this is a pretty long video, and I do want to give you a big ol' hug for anybody who managed to sit through the whole thing. I so appreciate you, but I thought it was worthwhile to share not only the goals for 2021, but the accomplishments of 2020, and also to let you know what you can do as a part-time reseller on this platform. That's really the first year of reselling, and again, it's not a huge number. Nobody's quitting their day job over it. But again, it's $6,500 that was not in my pocket last year. That's money that you can use for a kid's college fund. That's money that you could use to invest and make yourself more money. That's money that you could set aside to invest in your business to make more money. Any amount of money that you bring in that you didn't bring in before is an accomplishment, and I appreciate each and every one of you that did it. If you brought in $1,000, $500, it doesn't matter. That is more money than you had last year, and job well frickin' done. As always, thank you so much for tuning in to my channel. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I want to let you know, heads up, we will be doing an unboxing on Friday. So if you're not already subscribed, you will definitely want to go down there and hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to ring-a-ding-a-ling that bell so that you're notified every Tuesday and Friday when I upload new videos. I hope this video was useful to you. I'd love to hear your feedback below. And until Friday, I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you soon.